Welcome, everybody, to episode 78 of the Lookout Podcast. I am Meals. I am here with the Platinum Chanel boy himself, Jeff.
Hey, what's up, man?
We're at the end, kind of.
Yeah, we've reached it.
A couple of weeks. Actually, more than a couple of weeks. Probably like 6-7 weeks. It's probably the longest that we've ever had to do an arc in quite some time.
But I'm about to say, it didn't feel as crazy or as long as I had anticipated, to be honest. It's been fun.
Yeah, me too. I think we've separated it into like these fun little sections, and now that we're able to kind of look back at it and kind of laugh mostly at it, of how dramatic or how just like compared to like Dragon Ball Now or even just anime in general, how kind of like really simplified it is. It's kind of really straightforward.
Yeah, it's definitely not as complicated as we had envisioned it when we were planning it all out. So yeah, it's been fun, man. You know, you can't really go wrong with Frieza Goku.
All right, so we got some brand new news. My Hero Academia fans, people who have been listening to this podcast, we've done a lot of My Hero Academia this year. So I'm assuming that a portion of these people are definitely a fan of the show as much as we are. But we got a new movie coming out. It was sometime announced, sometime after we finished recording, but before the episode released. I think it was announced on Sunday night, because I want to say it was around the time of Survivor Series, I remember. And I was
hard.
I was like, oh, that must be fake.
Yeah, I kind of no. It's so funny you say that. I thought it was fan art myself. Like the first time I saw it, I was just like, oh, this can't be real, because it was so. I mean, they be pushing the movies out, so I didn't think anything of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was like, listen, they got crazy with the artwork. Listen. I'm on the lookout Twitter account quite much, and I follow a lot of artists or people who follow artists and get a lot of stuff recommended. People go crazy with the artwork. People, it's good.
Yeah, they got it.
As the artists out here, so it might have been fake. That was my initial thing, that it was fake, but we found out it was real. Something related to the Three Musketeers, which is great. It looks like Todoroki back in the fold. Have you seen the last movie? Did you see the two heroes?
Yeah, I did.
But the whole, what were your thoughts on it? I never actually got your thoughts on it.
I don't think we ended up. Yeah, we ended up talking about what movie did we? We watched.
We watched the initial, the first one, little date movie crap. I watched. I did Captain Jamal earlier this year, but I never actually got your thoughts on it. So, what were your thoughts on this movie? On that movie, by the way?
I mean, honestly, I really need things to be like canon and like tie into the story for me to care. You know what I'm saying? And when it doesn't, like, I just kind of take it for what it is. So, I mean, it's cool. It's more content, like. You know, it's like the extra episodes that they give us, like while we're waiting for like the new season. It's like I don't rate it high or anything, but I'm glad it's there.
Right. No, absolutely. So anyway, we're getting a third one. If I have an idea of when this takes place, I'm going to assume it actually takes place after the 5th season, considering all of the events that happen, if you read the manga, kind of happened there, considering now that Todoroki is back in the fold as like a third head in this big three. So I'm going to say it takes place after the 5th season. So you may want to watch it after the 5th season. 5th season still premieres in spring of 2021. This movie is scheduled to come out summer of 2021. So we might get it after the season. We might get it, if it's anything like the last movie, you get it like a couple episodes before the season actually finished. So, you know, we have that to look forward to. I'm not mad at new My Hero Academia content. I'm wondering how it's going to come out. Will movie theaters be back open? Will movie theaters... Will I be able to enjoy it? Who knows? Speaking of stuff that's coming out soon. I do too.
I really do.
But I didn't even watch a lot of movies, but I missed the experience, I guess. Yeah. Like, I just miss chilling. Okay. Speaking of things that's coming out, I'm going to sort of roll through this really, really quickly.
Sure.
New Pokemon Journeys episodes coming out December 4th. So that is this week, Friday.
Okay.
So
still haven't really tapped in. I've only seen a tad bit of it. I'm like,
it's so good.
Man, I'm Pokemon out right now, man. Like,
why? How is that possible? How is that possible?
You know, I played a lot of Sword and Shield, Isle of Armor. Like I was on it consistently like every day after I was basically done with it. You know, I did the whole shiny thing. I was kind of, if you're in our Discord, I was throwing out shinies to the homies left and right. I was on it a bit, like I'm talking like 400, 500 hours. And I think I'm just, you know, I'm just kind of gassed at the moment, but I'm not saying I'm over it at all. I just, you know, it does happen. It happens to me.
Put it on in the background. There's some good stuff.
I've been watching Attack on Titan like basically all weekend.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah. I recommend if you're trying to. So here's the thing. Here's what I truly like, and it's probably a major distinction from Attack on Titan in general. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, especially in this day and age, with everything that's going on in the world, sometimes I want to put something on and not think at all. I don't want to think.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to even attempt to think. I just kind of want to laugh. Yeah. That's what Pokemon Journeys is for me. And don't get me wrong, it's not all that funny, but it is like, oh, this is adorable. Oh, this is amazing. It's been, I would say, compared to, and maybe it's because it's on Netflix, I would say legitimately the conversation I've seen around it, I've seen more conversation around people watching this show than any other season in probably the last 20 years.
I see people enjoy it for the most part. You know, I think it's fun. It's a different look. Yeah, it's a different look from what they usually give us on a season-to-season basis, like with Pokemon. But I mean, I remember those first, 14, 15 episodes came out. I did scan those, but then I just fell off.
You didn't even get to the big battle, the big actual battle between Lance and Homeboy, Leon.
No, I've not.
You got to do that. All right, coming up this Friday as well, Jujutsu Kaisen is coming to HBO Max. So
the check's getting cut. You see it happening.
I mean, it just is. Sony, Crunchyroll, they're just like, yo, let's do it. So for your non-Crunchyroll subscribers who are just like, I don't know where to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
I don't know. Like if you watch anime, I don't know how you don't even have Crunchyroll at this point, or at least know somebody that has Crunchyroll. But it's legit.
Hey, listen, it's legit. Except,
well, you know what I mean. As far as like trying to watch anime somewhere and don't mind paying the price, this is it. Like,
absolutely. So it's coming. The dub is coming. HBO Max. December 4th. That is also this Friday.
Nice.
And I think it's going to show up on Toonami as well at some point in the next couple of weeks. I could be wrong. It could be this weekend. I mean, it could be this weekend. So I'm pretty sure on Toonami, Jujutsu Kaisen will be coming out as well. So you have that to look forward to. Let's talk about the big thing though. It's coming. It is the most anticipated anime return of the year, and it's coming legitimately at the end of the year. It is Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Season 4.
Season 4.
Let me tell you, sir. I watched the first 3 seasons earlier this year. Mm-hmm. I decided it's coming pretty soon. December 7th is the date. So actually, we'll probably be able to watch it on December 6th because of the whole Japan thing. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure December 7th. So December 6th or December 7th, you can anticipate the actual viewing of the show. Let me tell you, sir. I watched it over the summer. I don't think I wanted to do that all over again.
Right.
So I've been actually binging YouTube recaps.
Sometimes you gotta do it that way.
Of this entire thing. And don't get me wrong. The show, at points, still confusing.
You know, I'm literally where Annie kind of reveals herself as the female Titan. Like I got.
You're at the beginning, bro.
Yeah, like literally, like I'm trying to make the push, man. I'm trying to make the push.
You're at the beginning. God, see, here's the thing. I was gonna lightly go through it, but now I don't even want to spoil it for you.
Nah, I mean, I'm not. I don't. You know, I'm gonna enjoy it just as much.
Listen. Season 1, I think the part that you're at is 100% the crux of the entire thing. Once that big reveal is kind of when
it starts to open up.
Yeah, the show begins unfurling. And once they discover that secret that humans are actually Titans themselves, then it's like, whoa, we're in some... I mean, they discovered that with Eren, but once they discover that people that they know who've been destroying their cities are actual Titan themselves, and probably the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan are also people who are within the city as well, even though they haven't discovered them yet. Do you know who they are? Or
no.
Okay, all right. See, here's the thing. I want you to be so
I'm watching. Like I am. I'm really. I'm gonna knock it out. Like that's all I'm doing this week.
Yeah, because I want you to be so in thing. I'm not gonna talk about it. I think next week, because even though this is the last thing, we have a special surprise for next week. And actually, I think next week will probably be good because maybe we can grab some people who watch the show.
Yeah, we should. I'll be there. I'll be there. Trust me.
All right. So
it's literally my number one priority right now is to get set for Attack on Titan.
With that said, by the time you hear this podcast, I mean, it will still be coming out December 7th, but I think this will be the last podcast we record, or that'll be out before Attack on Titan Season 4 premieres and shakes the entire room.
Right.
I've read the manga of Season 4 thus far. It's not finished yet, but it's close to finish. It is some good shit.
It's good, huh? It's what you want from the storytelling, huh?
It is the best season. It's going to be the best season thus far. It is storytelling, time skips that everyone wants from their anime. Everyone would love a good fucking time skip.
Every now and then, we need it.
Everyone likes people wearing big boy pants all of a sudden. Have abs and shit.
Still waiting for Gon and Kilo to grow up. And
yeah, man. Time skips are all about getting abs. Yeah, that's really it. That's just not even like a beard or anything. You're just grown up and more muscular. That's what time skips are. That's what the time skips in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I read something actually over the weekend that they initially, the people who were part of the show, did not want Goku to be grown up in the show. Like they didn't want him to. But it was Akira Toriyama. Yeah, it was Akira Toriyama who just felt like, oh, we need to do this. We need that time skip, which is what
he was right.
Yeah, he was right. But
of course,
they were like, no, let's keep them all kids forever. Yeah, that's what sell kids. No, but he was right. 100%.
Yeah, he definitely was right.
So that was interesting in me trying to research stuff for this episode. But Attack on Titan Season 4, it is going to be the best yet. The first episode title, Across the Ocean. I can't wait. I legitimately can't wait. Every time I read a new chapter, every time I watch a recap of whatever the show is, because trust me, the show needs a recap. There's so many things that fucking go on.
It's very deep. There's things you miss. There's a part, I know, again, I'm so early on, but I thought that like they kept hinting at the tongue biting and the self-inflicting to turn into a Titan, and I thought I really thought the whole time he was gonna bite his tongue while he was on that horse and accidentally transform. And I was like, are they trying to swerve me, or like, is this what this is gonna happen? Like, I just couldn't dial in on it. Like, but it is a really good show. Like, I slept, and I'm actually, I have no problem telling people I slept because I admit it's a really good product.
The thing is, if you miss some stuff in the show, like if you skip over some stuff, like you don't get some stuff, I think the general plot line you still get. It's like, okay, it's Attack on Titans. That's the end of the story.
You know what's going on, yeah.
You know what's going on. All the other undercover stuff of like the royalty and the secrets,
the politics and the war and the history and like even the little standby screens when they flip to the next scene. It's like I can't even read that shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? Man? I'm not reading this. They're explaining the flare guns and which one means what. I'm like, all right, man,
chill out.
Yes, there's a lot.
Chill out. Oh wait, no, you're in season 2.
I am in season 2. Yeah, it should be.
You're in season 2. Oh, so you're at the part. Did you get to the part where they're on the horse?
Okay, so literally, Annie literally just they tried to remember they realized it was her, and they were going down in that tunnel, and she didn't want to go. She was talking about how she was scared. She had her ring on, and
is that season 1 still? Oh my god!
I thought that was season 2.
No, it's season 1. I think there's a definitely. So you're past all.
That's where I am.
They're running with horses.
Yeah, the horse part. Yeah, I'm past that.
Okay,
I'm past the forest.
And that's season 1.
Where they tried to capture her in the middle of. Yeah.
And mad people died.
Yeah, mad people died. That shit was sad, dude.
Mad people you were introduced to that
bro, I liked.
I like the cut of their jib, and then it's like, damn, slammed into a tree.
They all bit their hand for them. I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is sweet. And then, yeah, got ugly after that.
It's some gory shit, man.
It is, but I enjoy it. I'm all for it.
Of course. Let's see what I got here. Hold on, I got a text from Jamal. All right, I'm just irrelevant text. Let's get to the lookout. Let's get to the Dragon Ball stuff.
Yeah. You probably
let's wrap up. Let's wrap up this entire whole thing.
Real monkey hours.
So last time on the lookout, we got Goku and Frieza getting it on.
Mm-hmm.
But in the way that's at. Yeah, it's getting rough, getting physical, getting bloody, getting disrespectful to some points. And it was only kind of decided, the battle was only kind of decided when Goku decided to release that Spirit Bomb and really fuck some shit up. Now, surprise, Frieza didn't die.
Of course.
Not only does he not die, but he wounds Piccolo and he kills Krillin.
Just great durability, man.
Yeah.
Like, truly.
A make of a great villain. Not dying.
Never dies.
After the first major attack.
With technology to bring him back to life.
Absolutely. And Goku turns Super Saiyan, which is one of the most memorable and arguably one of the biggest moments in anime over the past 30 years. So,
sure. Absolutely.
I mean, that's where we're at. Okay. Here we are in Act 2 of Goku versus Frieza. Which one do you prefer? Did you prefer Act 1 or did you prefer Act 2?
No,
post Super Saiyan or pre Super? It's just a great, and you know what? I want to give a shout out to Sick Pencil, who just drew the artwork, this promotional artwork for this thing, because just the visual of these two guys, it is really a finale. It is really a final battle that you're fighting on a exploding planet. And back and forth, both these, at this point, extremely muscular fighters at their highest power level, really dueling it out with so much on the line, so much at stake, so much history and story interweave and all this other stuff. It's really a great final battle. Act 2 is by far, much better than Act 1.
Yeah.
But it does drag.
Yeah. They wanted us to stare at this shit for a minute. Like, this is what it looks like.
My favorite random part, I don't know if you saw this part, was the filler segment. Do you remember the filler segment where they randomly go back to one of the Frieza planets?
Yeah, I do.
And
what's going on with this? Like, let's really talk about this, because there was really no point for this.
There was no point at all. People died for no reason. That's my favorite part.
What is this?
They were like, oh, we're sensing power levels. We got to find Frieza. We can't find Frieza. Oh, we've locked onto him. There's a power level. Oh, but there's a greater power level. And one of the guys are like, great, Frieza needed to go, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets murked in the back by one of his own Kui kind.
Yeah.
Very, Kui on Kui.
Kui on Kui crime.
Kui on Kui crime. And he's like, there's two types of people in this universe. People who support Lord Frieza and people who don't support Lord Frieza.
Duh.
And
who wrote this in, man? They just needed an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
But then they're like, okay, we got to look up this other power level. And they're like, oh, this power level's off the Richter scale. That's cool enough. You can't read the power level because it's too high.
We get it.
Yeah. However, all of the machines malfunctioning, exploding, and killing everyone in there because they're reading
unnecessary. This man Goku didn't even know. He literally, bro, that's his fault, really. He's too powerful.
He legitimately killed everyone in there, and it was just for them trying to read their power level. That made no sense.
I guess they were trying to. I don't know what they were trying to do. I mean, I don't know if they were just trying to describe like Goku's. I don't know, man. It was super.
Why did they have to die?
Yeah, they didn't have to, man. We just watched it for nothing.
Oh my god. Sorry, on Frieza Planet 87 or whichever planet that was. All right, so Goku has his new Super Saiyan strength. It is new, it is powerful, it is radical. It's everything that you can imagine. They're blonde. I remember my very woke 9th grade teacher was just like, why he got to turn into blue-eyed, blonde hair, just to become powerful.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Aryan race type thing.
Listen, why you had to do that? According to Toriyama, he did that in the manga just because one of his artists used to spend a long time shading in hair, and he didn't have to shade in hair.
Yeah, we spoke about this before. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to shade in hair as much, so that's why it's yellow. But
it's dope.
I'm sure it's some Aryan shit. I'm sure it is. Keep your
Are the Japanese obsessed with the Aryans?
They might.
I don't know.
They might. Who knows? We'll have to figure that out. With that said, Goku is absolutely overpowering Frieza in every way possible. I mean, he is cracking his hands. He is punching him in the face. He has things. Goku has time to make his "I have a dream" ass speech in the middle of it.
Yeah, didn't like that at all.
Well, you didn't like it? Well, I'm going to recite it anyway.
You have to. I need to hear you recite it.
He says, "I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to living things that cry out for peace. I'm a protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am the truth." Goku powers up. "Ally to good, nightmare to you."
Oh, that's the worst part. It was very like, it's very Marvel, very like. Yeah, like it easily could have been in like, Black Panther, like
that was so ass.
It really was bad.
We saw that as a kid. Luckily, they changed it. I mean,
I was hyped as a kid. I'm sure. I'm sure.
In the manga and in Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is more closely to the manga, they made more sense and used closer to the actual Japanese dialogue, which he says, "You haven't figured it out yet. I'm the Saiyan who came all the way from Earth with the sole purpose of beating you."
Yeah, that's hard. See that's grimy right there.
"I am the warrior you've heard of in the legends.
Ooh.
Pure of heart and awakened by fury. Ooh. That's what I am. I am the Super Saiyan Son Goku."
Ooh, nigga said his full name? That's hard.
Full government, baby.
Damn, Goku. See, that's what they should have ran with, no matter what.
You get your S. Gokus, you know what I'm saying?
That shit hard. He sounded like he meant that. The other shit was very like American.
Trash.
Yeah, it just wasn't good enough.
So Frieza, knowing that he cannot defeat the Super Saiyan at this point, he decides, fuck it.
You're right.
I'm dying, you dying.
You're right. Let's get out of here.
It's a wrap. And he uses what is called, I forgot what they called it in the actual Wikipedia article, but it's some planet blowing up attack.
Is it a death ball? It's not his death ball?
It might be a death ball. Well, death dynamic at this point. Yeah, it's got to be a death ball at this point. He raised it up high in the air, shoots it down on Namek. Everyone thinks that Namek gets exploded, but apparently the old planet that Jeff hates, still has some fight in it.
Can't believe it. After everything has been through, like, just hit the core, Frieza.
Listen, it hit the core, but the core was like, yo, be here.
Well, yeah, they were trying to be very realistic. I look at it like this, like, I guess in real life, if a planet's core was like at the brink of, exploding, it wouldn't be fast. I assume it would take some time. So I think they were just trying to be scientific about this shit, which I can respect.
It was a great way, which I always love, to change the setting of things to make it look more destructive, make it look more bigger and finale and destructive and all this other thing, because they did it in the Tournament of Power Saga too. I mean, with the random sky changes from green to red, you need that. You need that. It changes the energy of this fight, and suddenly the atmosphere is completely different at this point. There's lava all over the place. The sky is red. The whole sort of world is shaking at various points. It's amazing.
It really is.
Just to look at it. Anyway, the planet doesn't explode, but Frieza's like, yo, I give the planet 5 minutes.
Frieza's done this too many times to not know when this shit's going to actually explode. But what did he throw at Planet Vegeta that made it fucking go up so quick?
I think I think it just destroyed. He didn't destroy from the core or from the inside.
He destroyed it from space too. So
yeah, he just threw it at the entire thing. It just burned everything to a crisp at that point. 5 minutes, the biggest cap in anime thus far.
Yeah,
because it doesn't even last 5 minutes. It lasts way longer than 5 minutes. I think they even acknowledge that it lasts longer than 5 minutes in the show. But if we got 5 minutes, Frieza's like, yo, if you're trying to make this fight as finale as possible, let me charge up to 100% of my power. I'm only at 50% right now, but 100%, we can get this thing cracking. And Goku lets him do it.
Yeah. I mean, what else is new? It's like 20 years later, Goku's still taking this same strategy.
King Kai's like, Goku, we need stop, please.
It's Frieza, bro.
It's Frieza. He's gonna kill everyone. And he's like, let him power up, bro. I'm gonna see what he got.
I got this.
I'll demoralize him so much more if I beat him at 100% strength. If I beat him at 50% strength, I'm always gonna be in my mind. It's like, yo, could I have beaten Frieza at 100%?
You always think about it.
You're gonna be on the ride home to Namek, like, yo, could I have beaten him? Turn the shit back around.
Push this nigga back, man.
Turn that ship around. Turn that ship around. We gotta figure this out right now. Who I gotta talk to figure this out? Beerus? Who? Korin? Somebody. So this is still during the first part of the first act. At some point, Goku is taken out by the strength of Frieza, which brings Gohan back. In one of my little favorite episodes things, they were giving a lot to Gohan this arc.
Yeah, they were getting it going. You know, they knew. I know, like they said that some people had anticipated this was the end, right? Like this was.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point you knew it wasn't. You would. I think at this point they were writing it as if it weren't going to be there.
Well, it had to be because at this point, you know, the Super Saiyan shit. Obviously, people were anticipating Vegeta's to see that. So yeah, I mean, I definitely feel you. Like they had things in place that made the story broken.
Yeah, absolutely. So Gohan comes back and Frieza is hella disrespectful in this moment that Gohan comes back. He's like, where's my father? And Frieza's like, I beat your father's ass. He was crying. He was doing all types of whack shit. He was, you wouldn't believe how much he was crying and was begging on his knees for me to stop blasting him in the chest with my finger. If you had seen your daddy, you'd been disgraced at your daddy.
Gohan should have been like, that sounds like Cap, Frieza. And I would have yelped.
But Gohan himself, he spars. He get it in. Frieza's back at 1%. And he was like, yo, I'm getting little punches in, get a little Masenko Ha in, you know, that's what Gohan does.
Is the Ha a part of the name for Masenko?
No. I just like putting it in.
No, I do too, but I had to make sure it wasn't just me.
He says Masenko Ha. It should be part of the name.
It's kind of like you don't say Kamehameha, right? It's the Kamehameha wave. Or Kamehameha. Right?
But you don't say Kamehameha. You gotta say the Ha at the end.
Yeah, I get it. Kamehameha. Or Kamehameha. I'm telling you, it's strange out here.
Kamehameha or Kamehameha?
Yeah, we need the facts.
Jeez. This is where Jay Dion should be on this. I think he'd know this.
He definitely would know.
But, you know, after Gohan is put in the hands, Goku returns, and I think he gets his belt out. He's like, Gohan, didn't I tell you to get off this planet? I told you, you don't need to be fighting my fights. And, you know, there's a whole bunch of things. That was just the first act. All right, so here's the thing with that episode where Goku just disappears into the lava and then returns randomly out of nowhere. I thought Goku died.
You thought that was it? And Gohan was about to finish it?
When they wished him back, he came back. But we're going to find out that's debunked entirely. So that was my little, like, conspiracy moment as a kid, but apparently it was debunked because of the type of Dragon Ball ever used in this situation.
Right.
So let's break away from the fight because Goku and Frieza, they're back on. Gohan's been sent back to the ship. Everything is, you know, etc., etc. Let's do the Operation Save Everyone.
Operation Save Everyone.
Because while Goku and Frieza are fighting, King Kai and Kami are having a full conversation in Goku's head about what they should do, how they should go about reviving people.
Which it has to be annoying.
Kami, what are you doing here? Well, I, sent Mr. Popo to get the Dragon Balls so we could revive Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu. So maybe they could take a spaceship to Namek and fight. I don't know.
Don't bring them niggas over here. Have you been watching?
King Kai is like, no. Kami, this is what you're going to do. You're going to use those Dragon Balls to revive the people of Namek. And then we're going to use the Namek Dragon Balls to wish people back to, this planet. So we'll get 2 wishes for the price of 1. And
yes. That's the obvious choice.
I don't think Kami knew what was going on. Kami
must not have been paying up because he's supposed to be,
he just got back alive. He is trying to figure out everything thus far. He's like, yo, how does the water work? What is this? Popo changed this around. Where are the spices in my spice rack? So yes, King Kai comes up with that amazing plan to revive everyone killed by Frieza. Which for some reason, here's my fault with it. Some reason brings back Guru. Guru died of a broken heart, which is not an ailment or any sort of death that I can.
Is that possible?
It is. I can only attribute. I can't say Frieza killed him.
You because
nah, Frieza didn't kill. Sure. He died of a broken heart. That's his own.
That's his own
thing. Yeah.
Who broke his heart directly?
You die. Here's the thing. There's an attitude you can take towards this. You can decide, listen, Frieza killed my entire race. We're going to get Frieza back. Mm-hmm. It's something that you decide personally. But if you decide personally to die and just be like, this sucks, I'm going to die, I think that's on you. I can't blame that to Frieza.
I guess that's fair. You just gave Frieza. Frieza probably wants that death under his belt, and you won't give it to him.
No, I'm not going to give it to him. He died in his own chair. It's not like Frieza. Frieza has killed many people. You know who Frieza has killed.
You're right, bro. You're right.
It's not a secondhand death. This isn't whatever. So it uses to bring back everyone, and everyone is back. Note. I'll say this. Everyone is back, from the Namekians you hate to Dende to Vegeta coming out the... Good thing he didn't bury him too damn deep.
I'm saying.
Vegeta whole hand came out. I was like, yo, Prince of Saiyans is back on. And I'm only stronger because I've died. Note, which I read while on Dragon Ball Wikia going for this. So this is the wish in Dragon Ball GT that births Sin Shenron, which is news to me.
That's what happened?
Sin Shenron was, I'm going to read this little excerpt.
Yeah, let me see this.
Sin Shenron was born from the wish made by Mr. Popo to revive everyone on Namek that was killed at the hands of Frieza and his soldiers. Mm-hmm. Even though he was not born from the first wish made in Dragon Ball series, the most likely reason he is the most powerful of all the Shadow Dragons is the sheer scale of the wish, not only intended to give those who died another chance at life, but it was also part of an ingenious, cunning plan by King Kai to bring Porungo back to life so he could grant one last wish to move everyone to Namek except Frieza and later Goku, after King Kai reluctantly agreed, to Earth, while Frieza would be left on Namek to die when it exploded. This is a run-on sentence. Although not everything went according to plan, it still worked out in the end. The magnitude of this wish, in fact, being the only one that made Shenron wonder if he even had the power to grant it, produced a tremendous amount of negative energy, most likely creating the most negative energy of all wishes, accounting for Sin Shenron's overwhelming power, making him the most powerful of all dragons.
Wow. Well, all right.
There you go. Listen, Sin Shenron was a bad motherfucker. He was giving them
He
the business
really
in this
was.
show.
He really was.
He was beating their ass at the NGT. I mean, even they had a fuse together, and I still think he was.
That motherfucker was OP. I don't care. That design still threw me off a little bit. He's not the coolest looking dude to me, man. I don't know what they're trying to do.
No, there was other cool dragons. What was that other cool dragon? The good one. Fuck, I forgot. Do they have? Okay, they have the dragons. There was Black Smoke. No, that's not. That's the other dragons. Sand, Haze, Shenron, Ice. Shenron.
Yeah, but what was the one that was
the cool good one? No, that not Haze. Was it Nova? Nova Shenron? Nova Shenron was cool. It was gold.
Natron? That pig-looking thing.
Ice Shenron. All right, whatever. All right. We're
too deep in GT right now. I will say, bring baby back, please. That's all I gotta say.
Bring baby back. No, that's what you gotta say. Everyone's back on Earth after. Well, Dende eventually, makes the thing. Vegeta sees Super Saiyan for the first time and is like, "Goku, you dog, you did it. You're finally a Super Saiyan." I would be like, if I were Frieza, I would have shot another bullet at him in his direction. Like, if you don't get your ass out of here. Inconsistencies with this plan. Frieza's henchmen who he kills aren't brought back.
Yeah, I mean, that's neither here nor there. I don't know. There's it's like they put some type of weird middle ground into who actually gets brought back.
That's why Sin Shenron was probably so powerful. It's like, this don't even make sense. This don't make sense at all. I don't like this negative energy. That's why you're so damn strong. Everyone is transported to Earth and seemingly this like open field or park or wherever the hell it is that no one else is apparently at. But there are 100 Namekians and a couple people there, and they're just chilling.
Well, at least they get the comeback, man.
This is true. This is true. All's well that ends well. Except when none of it, all the stuff that they established at the beginning of the arc is kind of like thrown out the window because everyone is just switched back. Anyway, but all's well that ends well, right? Let's get to the finale of this battle. The battle wages on, and these two are dueling over everything. I mean, the exploding planet is beautiful. The blood on Goku,
really good
blood on Frieza, everything. It's an incredibly fire visual. Just the last few episodes of them going back and forth and back and forth. It looks like hell. I think that's what it's supposed to look like because it kind of looks like hell. Whatever hell looks like, I wouldn't know, nor do I hope to know. So despite 5 minutes, it's probably been at least 15, and and it's waging war, and Goku keeps getting the upper hand, and Frieza becomes more and more desperate, and he unleashes the double dose of Death Saucers.
Double dose of Death Saucers.
These are just what they're called in the wiki. I don't know their actual name.
Those Destructo discs?
Yeah, there we go.
I mean...
But they're evil.
But they're evil ones. They're red.
Yeah.
I think Krillin's are like yellow or blue or something.
Yeah, they're yellow. This one is the evil one. So he uses it as his last resort. And he's like, I'm going to cut Goku in half. Fuck it. And two of them, and he's controlling them, and Goku's flying all over the place, and Goku manages to pull enough and one moves to cross them up, step back, a whole bunch of stuff, screen, everything. Frieza is distracted at some point, and he gets cut by his own disc, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, that was a dope moment for me because I really wasn't anticipating it. I mean, I remember even watching it, it wasn't something that I thought. They do a really good job in this, this second half of this fight because you don't really. I mean, at this point, I am assuming that Goku's going to get the win, but how it still happens was still really, really nice, and I just think they did a really good job storytelling this shit.
I agree 100%. Frieza's cut in half. I don't even know what to say. The man is legitimately.
Yeah, he fucked up.
He is begging, pleading for life. He's like, help me. And he's like, you didn't have mercy for my friend Krillin when you killed him, or any of those other Namekians, or everybody else that we wish back. You had no mercy for any of them. And he's like, please, help me. And Goku, here's what I would like to be. Let's flash back to 1990.
Goku's a better man than me, bro.
We're in the year 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Goku throws the sensu bean at Moro, and everyone's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Imagine in 1990 where Goku gives his power to Frieza after beating him. What is the reaction there?
If we had social media?
Yeah. Is it still fuck Goku?
Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like people would still be like, why would you do this shit, bro? Like, it doesn't really, because it really doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Like, when you really, besides Goku's personal, like his personality traits and like having this weird, to me, it doesn't make sense because his whole thing is, I want to fight the strongest. I want to beat the strongest. At that point, he had beat the strongest. I really didn't see any point in him helping Frieza at that very moment. At that very moment, outside of just being too caring. It's that Earthling shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, he gives him his power. He's like, listen, I want you to fly over the cosmos. Pick your feet up, by the way. Pick that shit up.
Leave that shit.
Fly through the cosmos and think about what you've done at this point. Float aimlessly and figure out how your life and how you just got beat by
Goku was trying to teach this man a lesson.
A Super Saiyan. Think about what you've done.
Come on,
and then once you started training, come back to me. I'm sure that's what he really meant. Frieza's like, it's still fuck this guy.
Frieza's like, Cap.
With all energy in his heart. And Goku tries to fly away. And Frieza shoots that beam or something. He sends one of the saucers at him again. And Goku turns around because he's been sliced on his face. Remember? Because his hair was black at that point again.
Yeah.
And he says, son of a... And he gets actually mad. This is anger for
we don't see that often from him, even now.
I showed you mercy, even after you don't deserve it. And then you out here trying to kill me again? I just showed you mercy. I just gave you power. I legitimately... You're floating now like a Geodude because of me.
That's what he said?
That's what I said.
Like a Geodude.
And he, Goku lays it on him. He's like, no, bye. You're done for. And Goku, Frieza's face is on stupid and everything. Like the way he dies is hilarious.
Well,
he doesn't die.
We all know what you mean.
But, I think this is the first time Goku maybe has murdered someone.
Purposely?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be onto something.
This might be... I don't remember him murdering a lot of people. I mean, I guess he killed a lot of people accidentally during the Red Ribbon thing.
He got Nappa murked. Wasn't really his fault, but he got Nappa murked.
Vegeta killed him.
I know, but
he just paralyzed him for life.
At that point.
Yeah, he just paralyzed him for life. He's like, I got it. And you know what? If Nappa hadn't died, Goku probably would have gave him a sensu bean at some point.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo.
Or turned him into a Z warrior.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so the battle is over, but Goku stands alone, the lone person on an exploding planet, as it's seconds, maybe minutes away from exploding. Let's go back to Earth.
Yeah, let's go back to Earth, man, where it's safe.
The Namekians are on Earth, and Guru, who's just wished back from a broken heart, dies of old age.
So
legitimately, he just got to Earth. He's like, I can finally rest in peace now that my heart is full again.
Earth was too much for him, man. He felt all that dark energy.
He's like, yo, the Shenron.
You know how we get down. Yeah,
I don't even like this.
All this war.
Look at that. Air ain't even clean. What is this?
Yeah.
What is that?
It gets dark. That's weird.
They don't even got chairs that's big enough for me on this planet. Nonetheless, he dies of old age, and he entrusts the future of the Namekians to Mori, the same Namekian who had all the slick moves at the beginning of the arc. So shout out to Mori. You got a promotion out of all this. Good for him.
Yeah.
Vegeta, who learns the stakes of the battle, says he will be the strongest, and Goku is a fool. Because Goku stayed on that dying planet, and now him and Frieza are both going to die, which makes him the strongest in the universe. So he's able to, you get the gif of him grabbing the grass, throwing it up in the air, laughing. And Gohan says, "Don't talk bad about my dad." And Vegeta says, "Your dad's a chump." And tell him I said it.
Fuck that nigga. What he did.
When you're in hell, tell him I said it.
Damn, what? It's like Vegeta still hasn't comprehended the fact that
humility. No, even after dying, crying, and all the other shit.
Do you not remember what you said?
My man, Gohan has had enough, and he says, "Yo, we scrapping," and they get into scrapping, and they get in, and it's natural. Gohan gets the upper hand a little bit, and then Vegeta puts the paws on him, and really beats the shit out of him. And Bulma's like, "Someone help and jump in." Piccolo's like, "No, this is ass kicking. He needs to.
He needs this. He won't kill him. He just let him do this.
He needs to learn." Yeah, this is saying shit. So while Gohan's crumbling on the ground with blood in his mouth and shit like that,
Piccolo.
Vegeta's about to deliver the final blast, and that's when Piccolo steps in. Piccolo, who's much taller than Vegeta, who is a super Namekian at this point, possibly, maybe, potentially.
Doesn't matter. Same person.
And Vegeta's like, "Fuck you guys. I'm flying away." And he flies away, even though legitimately the next episode, he's right back at that train.
Yeah, he only leaves for 30 minutes, and then he comes back.
He leaves for 30 minutes.
He has nowhere else to go. These are the only people he knows.
He don't know nobody.
Yeah, he knows nobody else, bro.
Yeah, anyway, he shows back up apparently, or just great editing, or where the hell it is. And Bulma invites everyone to stay at the big ass Capsule Corp's house. It was like, "Listen, you guys are green. If you guys walk around too much, you could be mistaken as demon Piccolos," which I'm not fully sure if everyone is completely over yet. You can blame Piccolo for that. And Piccolo's like, "Yo, that's me." So you guys stay at Capsule Corp in our giant ass lab, and I'm sure my dad will be okay with it. And he says, "Vegeta, hey, homeboy." Homeboy?
What the fuck is this?
You can stay too. I know you got no place to go with your broke ass.
Homo was just trying to get some.
And he's like, "You're kind of cute." He's like, "Kind of cute."
He didn't like that shit. He needed a full reassurance. He didn't like kinda. He didn't like the kinda. The kinda was too much.
Oh my god! This is a man who's never received a compliment in his life. I'm
sure. He has no idea. Did you know it? Horny?
I don't know. He didn't know how to take this.
Yeah, he didn't know how to take this. What's this feeling?
Cute.
A woman.
Woman. Let's get back to the exploding planet. It's a race against time. I love this final part because of the urgency. Goku's running. He's still in Super Saiyan. He ain't got time to power down. Fuck it. Planet about to explode. I might need Super Saiyan to
never know. Yeah, you never
to fight the planet.
Stay powered up, bro.
He's running through. He gets to Frieza's ship. He's running down Frieza's ship. He's pressing all types of buttons. These buttons don't have no labels on it, but one of these motherfuckers got to turn this shit on. I think he gets the lights on and the engine running, and then he's like, "Ah, damn you! It doesn't work. Come on!" And then Frieza's ship, I guess, once the ground continues opening up, it falls into a whole bunch of lava as Goku escapes. And he's just like, "Damn, I'm about to die. This is fucked up." I did everything. I'm the Super Saiyan. 1,000 years it took us to get here, and I
But I
beat
mean,
the
shit,
guy.
if anything, it's like, hey, this is what happens, man. You did what you're supposed to do. Now you go. He'll learn.
You die a legend, right?
Die a legend.
Die a legend. Only a few people saw him. It was Gohan, Vegeta. That might be it. That might be it, except Frieza.
Yeah, that really might be it for real.
He died a legend. He was about to be another legend. He was like, no, and then another Super Saiyan came along and he beat Frieza, but then Frieza actually lived, so yeah, can't be all legendary. He screams in frustration, and the planet seemingly explodes with him on it. And King Kai is like, no, he's gone. The planet, Namek, it's gone. But no one is sad because you know why? They have the fucking Dragon Balls. We just wish back people from.
We do this shit all the time, bro. Like, if I got killed, I would immediately just send the text in the afterlife. Like, all right, bring me back.
Oh, bring me back. Yeah. A year? All right, cool. All right, whatever. It is what it is. No, use the Namekian ones. They got 3 of them. Use that one. Yeah. Bring me back with those.
Much easier.
You can't use the Earth ones for me. I was already dead. Use those. Make sure they stay there long enough for you to use these Dragon Balls again on me. And then I guess we get to the epilogue stuff. This is like the stuff that I would do. I wouldn't even have dedicated a whole episode to this. I would have had the credits rolling as this.
As we just talked about it.
Yeah, all the dead people were wished back. Yamcha, Chaozu, Tien, Krillin. They attempt to wish Goku back. They found out that Goku was alive. So they said, fuck that. Then wish him here. And Goku says, no, I don't want to come back. Which apparently you can do.
I've done so much shit for y'all. I need to stay put. I need to train. I need to go learn some things. I'll be back.
With the Yardrats. With the Yardrats, baby.
Got something cool to learn.
He doesn't even speak to them. He doesn't even do telepathy through King Kai or nothing. He's just like, yo, the dragon says Goku does not want to come back.
How does never mind.
How does Chi-Chi stay with that man? I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, I don't know that, but does Goku have a special relationship with the dragon?
He must have.
Got him on cell or something?
Anyway, they wish the Namekians back to New Namek and everything goes back to normal, etc., etc. And that is where it ends. That's how it ends. It's just how it is. Let me ask you a question, because I had this question somewhere in in my notes. Okay, I still have it in my notes. Okay, so instead of, how would you end this arc if it was the end of Dragon Ball Z? How would have you thought of ending it? We still get Super Saiyan, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, everything still happens the same as far as Goku becoming a Super Saiyan. I feel like, if anything, if you're going to end the entire season or entire show, series.
Yeah, the series of Dragon Ball Z. Maybe all the other stuff comes afterwards still.
I think Goku dies with Frieza. At least Frieza's gone. Planet's destroyed. Obviously, the Z Warriors can still go through the same process of wishing back whatever they want to wish back, but I don't even know if you have that at that point, if that's how you're going to end it. I think Goku dies with Frieza, and that becomes the ultimate sacrifice. He saved the universe from Frieza, although he's gone as well. That's probably how I would run it. Don't need him anymore. Fuck it. The series is over. He's got to go. Because leaving Goku alive, I feel like one of the reasons why they do let him die, or they take him off screen for a little bit, is always because he has some reason. He wants to get stronger, or he's not ready yet, or whatever the case may be. And them bringing him back, Goku being on Earth as a normal human being really doesn't. It gives us no justice. Like, he has to be doing something. And if he's not ever just at the crib chilling, eating, You know what I'm saying? Like, what is Goku alive outside of there being some major villain to defeat?
I don't know. I feel like keeping him alive. At least be back with the family. Kind of all the other stuff.
He'll be
The way
miserable.
Dragon Ball, that would be funny. The way Dragon Ball Z started as a family, they really haven't been together since the beginning of Dragon Ball Z.
Because he can't stand him.
So
he can really stand him.
I might keep him alive. He beats Frieza. How the hell did he get off the planet?
Planet, bro.
Shit.
I mean, they dialed it up perfect as far as what actually happened to move the series forward.
You know what? When they if they did, it's got to be like some power of friendship shit, where Gohan and Piccolo and everyone is still there, and they're just like, "You can do this, Dad," and they all think it, and they manage to all escape from the planet at the same time, or some shit like that.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fair too. That's fair too. But if they all escape at the same time, then that does change the ending with Goku and Frieza just a tad bit with the planet.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta account for a lot bigger mess.
Oh, the planet's the planet. Playing.
Well, yeah, so we don't care about Namek. Yeah.
You could still have Frieza. Oh, Frieza lived, and you'd be like, oh. But at the same point, if it's the end of Z, he's like, yo,
he can't live. No matter what, Frieza can't live.
Well,
if you're gonna end the series.
If I'm doing the series as well, Vegeta stays dead as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you might as well. That may be the end of him. I mean, there's no point to bring him back. The only reason he really is back, anyways, is because it's Trunks.
Right.
To tell Trunks' story, right? I mean,
right. So I'll do that. I don't know. Interesting question.
Well,
I'm wondering what else.
Right.
I'm wondering what. Wow. Mad noise
out there. What's going on?
I don't know.
New York?
I don't know. Celebration.
New York City
of the end of Z.
I'm about to say, yeah, they hype.
How do we feel about this arc at the end of the day? We look back at it. It's probably our first time really going through it since we were kids.
I told you, bro. Like, I mean, I still think it's a bit overrated, but like, it's enjoyable even as an adult. Maybe it is something that needed to stay where it started. Like, it was much more enjoyable at our age when we were coming up, and I'm not saying it's bad now as an adult. I really don't think it is. I think it's still like something special, but I think it's a tad bit overrated. We talked about the Super Saiyan stuff. It's a little underwhelming. I don't think it really was like if they redid this over in 2020, I mean, that you already know how massive that transformation would be. I feel if they decided to, whatever, if it was just done this year, it would have been something crazy, and it was a little underwhelming. And I mean, Frieza is to me, I love Cell, I love Kid Buu. There's definitely villains that I prefer over Frieza, but this did remind me that Frieza's character, he's much, much more massive than an antagonist. Like, his purpose is everlasting, and that's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah, he's the GOAT bad guy of Dragon Ball. That's why he's the GOAT. It just is what it is. I feel I echo some of your sentiments of it being a little bit overrated at some moments like that, but I would think this is the arc that defines Dragon Ball Z.
Absolutely.
But it's just so many shortcomings of what could have been, what maybe they should have done. I think they kept a very linear path, but it could have been layered so much more and incorporated a lot more background and incorporated a lot more history behind it. There's so much actual effort that could have gone on into this arc, explaining a lot of the history and all this other stuff, because that's really truly what should be the backbone of all of this. This is all histories coming into play and colliding at the same time. The history of Super Saiyans, the history of the Saiyan in general, and Frieza killing them, and avenging your race, but also learning so much about your own culture. The same thing that even Piccolo has to go through, and even what Gohan should be learning as well, and all this other stuff like that. And I think there's so much more of appreciation that should have happened, maybe could have happened, but just didn't happen. That's where it kind of falls short for me. Like, especially if I hadn't watched a bunch of other animes all after the fact.
Yeah, we're going to keep bringing that up because you and I have watched so many different things.
Right. But I'm not going to be
different moments.
But I don't want to be the person to be like, because they're the people Like Dragon Ball Z is the worst anime ever, and you guys suck for praising this anime when there's so much more better ones. I'm not that person though.
I know, and I'm not either. Like the way that I see it is, as far as Dragon Ball Z being in people's personal top 5 or personal top 10, I'll never judge you for it because of what the impact that it had on us growing up or whatever age group you are. I understand if it is a personal favorite, and I also understand if you love anime overall and you can be transparent with the fact that it's not a top 5 anime, if that's your opinion. I get it on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to say that it is, and your argument is, well, it's a pioneer, it helped anime explode in North America, whatever, however your argument, I'll never be mad at somebody who feels that way because of what it's done and what it means to the culture. Now, regardless if it's in your personal top 5 or just whatever the case may be, you definitely have to judge it for its history and what it's done. And because there's some bad moments in Dragon Ball Z, but there's bad moments in most anime. There's not a lot of perfect animes. Right. There's really not.
No, you're right. With that said, speaking of not perfect, we're coming back next week. Yeah. I thought this was over, but we're coming back next week. For those of you guys who enjoy movies, and when we go over movies, you're going to have fun. Next week, we're revisiting Resurrection F. That's right. I haven't
watched it in a while, so.
Frieza's back.
Again.
But this time, we're super, and it's all super rules and everything. I remembered, you know what? I'll explain my whole Resurrection F spiel for next week, because I do remember going to the theater and watching this, and I do remember a general excitement over it, even though the movie, I think compared with most diehard Dragon Ball fans, it falls incredibly flat because just a lot of things happen, and then a lot of things aren't explained, and et cetera, et cetera. But Resurrection F is the follow-up to this arc, to this movie. Act like Trunks doesn't exist, because that's what you better act like, because at this point, this doesn't really follow the rules. So we're going to go over Resurrection F next week. Stay tuned for that. Anything else that we have to plug? I mean, we got actually a good amount of stuff to plug today. So the Big Eyes podcast, you can definitely listen to that. Our Manga of the Month episode, which is Full Metal Alchemist, should be available now, so you guys can definitely listen to that. If you're listening to this episode, that means you're one day away from a new episode of Showdown, which this week is a doozy. It's a doozy.
It is.
What are we talking about?
Yugi versus Merrick.
There you go.
Big time.
So if you loved our Yu-Gi-Oh! Revisit earlier in this year, you're going to love Yugi versus Merrick. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. So you have that to look forward to. On the RNC Radio side of things, I mean, today is Super Jeff Tuesday, so that means you can listen to a new episode of RSPN.
That's right. I have been on Tuesdays.
You can listen to a new episode of RSPN featuring Jeff and Mark. Also, we have another special thing today. So we're releasing our RNC Radio Live R&B and RNC Best of 2020 today as well. On December 1st, we're releasing it alongside a new episode of Ramen Talk, where a bunch of the guys got together and we talked about how we created this playlist and what we thought about a bunch of music that came out this year.
That don't work, bro. Can you believe that?
I wish you could have headphoned in.
I had no break on Friday.
It was fun. We have video too, so that's also interesting. I wish you could have been there, but there are a bunch of us there. We get to talking. Listen, if you Big Sean slander, me trying to figure out like what everyone sees in Party Next Door that maybe I don't see in Party Mobile album.
Glad I wasn't there. Party slander.
I Party Next Door. Pro Bill? Not sure.
Yeah, no, Pro Bill.
I am not pro Mobile.
Real quick, man. Demon Slayer, the movie, is the third highest grossing movie in Japan of all time. And they've also sold over 82 million volumes this year in the manga. So take that for what it is. I just had to say that because I just saw it
I've been rereading the manga because I can't wait anymore.
Yeah, it's like, man, wow, what a monster of a series.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to stop it here because there's various windows coming from outside, various noises coming from outside my window. So let's just end it here. We'll be back next week with Resurrection F. Yeah. Of course, you can subscribe to The Lookout RNC on Twitter, The Lookout on RNC Radio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Google Play, Spotify, everywhere that you can legitimately listen to podcasts. We are there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting, and we will see you guys next week. Take care.